Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. The governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Lagos State, Professor Ifegbemi Awamaridi, has insisted that he remains the party's flag bearer in the 2023 general elections in Nigeria. Awamaridi gave this position during a press conference and unveiling of his 10 cardinal programs, which took place at Alagbado area in Lagos State. He did say that those declaring that he had withdrawn from the race were doing comedy, in quotes. He further stated that at no time did he withdraw his name from the independent National Electoral Commission list for the contest. It would be recalled that the caretaker committee of the party, led by Mr. Kayode Salako, had earlier in the Ikeja area of the state picked Badigbo Rhodes Viver as its governorship candidate for substitution in a primary that was held between the winner and Honorable Moshood Adegoke Salvador, and also supervised by the Labour Party Deputy National Chairman Alhaji Lamidi Apampa, among others. Well, joining us now for more insights on the crisis is factional governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Lagos State, Professor Ifegbemi Awamaridi. Welcome to the morning show. Now, you insist that you remain your party's flag bearer in Lagos for the 2023 elections. In a nutshell, sir, what is your side of the story? Because Mr. Badigbo Rhodes Viver has been presented, I believe, with the certificate of return now.
Yeah, I want to first of all correct the intro statement. I am not a factional governorship candidate of the Labour Party. I am the substantive candidate of the Labour Party for Lagos State. I'm the substantive governorship candidate for Labour Party for Lagos State. If you are very, very conversant with INEC publication, the latest INEC publication says that I am the governorship candidate, Labour Party governorship candidate for Lagos State. So saying that I'm a factional governorship candidate for Lagos State is a very, very wrong statement. Apart from the publication of INEC, we are already in court that the so-called fraudulent primaries, so-called substitution primaries, is illegal. And by virtue of we having been in court, the status quo remains. And the status quo is the last publication of INEC. The last publication of INEC is my name, Prince Professor Ifegbemi Awamaridi, as the Labour Party governorship candidate for Lagos State. And after that, there's never been at all been any further publication by INEC. And after that, we are already in court to maintain the status quo that I am the Labour Party governorship candidate for Lagos State, and that Labour Party should not present any other candidate apart from myself, having not withdrawn and having not died, should not present another candidate to INEC, and that INEC should not accept any other candidate apart from myself, having not withdrawn and having not died. So the status quo is that, as published by INEC, I am the substantive Labour Party governorship candidate for Lagos State until the final determination of the suit in court. That is the position right now. So the issue of factional does not arise in this matter because the status quo remains since we are in court.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Professor Awamaridi, just one or two clarifications. Number one, you say the status quo remains and that the matter is in court. Well, You know, a litigant does not pronounce a restraining injunction on his own. It has to be a ruling of the court. Are you the one saying it, or is it that the court, in determining the matter, has now ruled that all parties to the suit must maintain the status quo antebellum? Or you are just wishing that into existence? I need a clarification. Just wait. Second, the other side of it, the other side of it, Kayode Salako, the chairman of the caretaker committee of the party, has been quoted, also along with the publicity secretary of the party, or is it the general secretary of the party in Lagos State, that you were a placeholder, not a candidate. And that on August 2nd, a proper primary was then held, and Gbadebo Rhodes Vival emerged as the candidate of the party, and that the Labour Party in Lagos has done the needful by informing INEC accordingly. So, we need clarification also in that regard. Was your name published at the point when, according to Salako, you were a stakeholder, a placeholder, which seems to be a strange category these days in Nigerian politics?
Number one, when we say the status quo remains, is just the law. That's the position of the law when you are in court. That is that. Now, when you talk of somebody called Sakalu,
sorry, sir.
Number one.
Sorry, please, Prof. And I'm saying it's not automatic. It's a court that will so rule. Was there a ruling by the court to say all parties concerned maintain a status quo?
I'm talking of the position of the law when you are in court, but let's leave that. Now, let me address the issue of your calling of Kayode Salako and all this dramatis personnel. To start with, Kayode Salako is not a member of the Labour Party. I can confidently tell you that. That's number one. Kayode Salako is not the chairman of Labour Party Lagos State, because there is no constitutional authority that has made him the chairman of Labour Party Lagos State. There is a procedure. We have a constitution. The Labour Party is not a garage organization. The Labour Party is a political party with constitutional provisions of how to operate. So, Kayode Salako will have to, first of all, join the Labour Party before he can hold an office in Labour Party. He's not a member. He's a member of APC. And he's not a member of Labour Party. That's number one. Number two, the document which was presented on the 23rd of July and backdated, fraudulently backdated to 18th of May by the national chairman of Labour Party has definitely become a fraudulent document. And that document cannot hold in the sense that the document is saying that Kayode Salako, who is not and was not a member of Labour Party, has become the chairman of Labour Party since 18th of May, 2022. 18th of May, 2022 is a date before the primaries of Peter Obi, before all the primaries we did in Lagos State, and before the primaries of Peter Obi. I, Prince Professor Ifagbemi Awamaridi, led the Lagos delegation who joined in making Peter Obi the presidential candidate of Labour Party for Nigeria. So if you are fraudulently backdating a document to 18th of May to say Kayode Salako was the chairman of Lagos State Labour Party, then you are saying that Peter Obi's primary is invalid. You are saying that the primary is fraudulent, is defective.
Okay, Prof.
So that document cannot hold water, and we have gone to court on that too.
Okay.
That document is a fraudulent document.
Okay, Prof.
You cannot retroactively appoint
Prof.
a chairman of Lagos. I'm coming.
We're pressed for time. We're
Then
pressed for
two,
time.
the Constitution of Labour Parties. Okay.
We're pressed for time. I know you have a lot to say, but we're pressed for time. I'll ask you this real quickly. Number one.
Okay.
Is all of this because of the buzz around Peter Obi? That's why all of a sudden everybody's fighting for whatever it is in Lagos Labour Party. If Peter Obi was not a candidate of Labour, would all of you be fighting this way? And secondly, you are the candidate, like you say, you are not factional. Where is your certificate of return? Because I understand the certificate of return was given to Rose Viver. Where is your own certificate of return?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Certificate of return, as per the Constitution and the Electoral Act, is issued by INEC. You are given a certificate of return when you have won a general election. If you won the election as a senator or as a member of House of Representatives, you present that certificate of return to the Speaker of the House or the Senate President, who now collect that certificate of return to now bring you into the National House of Assembly. The certificate, the so-called piece of paper that the so-called impostor calling himself Publicity Secretary of Labour Party, who is not, who said he gave to the, it's just a piece of paper. It's irrelevant in the Electoral Act, it's irrelevant in the Labour Party Constitution, it's irrelevant in the Nigerian Constitution. That is not the position of all the laws that guides the primaries. So all that is just a comedy. I call all that comedy. The issue is that there is a substantive governorship candidate, Labour Party governorship candidate for Lagos State. That has not changed. And I have not resigned. I have not withdrawn my candidature. I have gone to court to make a declaration that when I got all this comedy and shenanigans, I went to court, made a declaration on oath that I have not withdrawn my candidature. I am alive. I am not dead. This is me. You see me alive here now. So there is no reason where there will be even a primary in the first place.
Did you go through
and
the
that's
primaries?
one of the things we have gone to court to do.
Did you go through a primaries?
You said?
Did you go through a primary process?
You said what? Yes, of course. Of course, INEC was there.
So, I mean...
We had a primary in which INEC was there. INEC was present.
So you've
let me tell you, in Lagos State, let me tell you, in Lagos State, we had primaries in 40 Lagos State House of Assembly constituencies. We had primaries in the 24 House of Representative constituencies. We had primaries in the 3 senatorial constituencies, in those particular, as prescribed by the law. And we had primary in the governorship constituency. The Labour Party is one of the few parties that has 40 assembly in Lagos State, 24 rep in Lagos State, as part of primaries, and 3 senatorial candidates in Lagos State, and 1 governorship candidate in Lagos State. We did this, many of these things, apart from the Senate, even before Obi came to Labour Party. I led the primaries of Obi was brought from Friday to Monday. I led the delegation of Lagos to the primary of Peter Obi. I was a delegate. I and Lagos State delegates. We are delegates from Lagos State that brought Peter Obi to become the presidential candidate of Labour Party. So if you are bringing in a document that says that Salako has been appointed on the 18th of May, you are saying that the delegates that elected Peter Obi on the 38th of May is defective and illegal. And then you are now trying to defect and affect and invalidate the primary of Peter Obi, which is a very fraudulent act, compromising act with the enemies of Labour Party, with the enemies of Peter Obi himself. Apart from doing that to Lagos State, we are doing that to Peter Obi himself.
Okay,
So that particular
very
document
quickly,
we are going to
Prof,
cut that it should be invalidated.
We are running out of time. I mean, you have come out to urge Mr. Peter Obi to speak up regarding this. I mean, has Mr. Peter Obi said anything regarding this?
No, we are talking about the law. We are talking about the 2022 Electoral Act. We are talking about the implication of some of those things to the 2022 Electoral Act. We are not talking of an individual now. We are talking of the effects of actions of people who have compromised with the enemies of Labour Party. That's what we are talking about. Look, let me tell you one thing. The revolution now, the movement in Nigeria now, Nigerians are hungry. Nigerians are angry with the system. And the movement now is going beyond. The Labour Party is just a vessel of the revolution. Peter Obi is just an effigy of the revolution. The revolution is going beyond individuals. The revolution is going beyond party. And if people do not understand this, some of us have taken the pain because of our track record. We have taken the pain to read the revolution. And anybody who is going, in the middle of the revolution, who is trying to stop the revolution, will be wiped away. I can assure you. Irrespective of that person. There's a revolution in Nigeria now. It's a movement. And it's going beyond party, it's going beyond individual. Anybody, I repeat, anybody that comes in between that revolution is going to be wiped away.
Okay, Prof.
Go and write what I've said down.
Prof.
Because 2023 is not about what has been happening before. 2023 is about the Nigerian masses. 2023 is about the Nigerian people.
Professor?
And the Nigerian people are angry. The people are saying that the status quo should not maintain. The impunity before should not go on. And if anybody maintain the impunity of the past and is going into that impunity, it is going to be washed away. It's going to be wiped away. And we are ready to lead that revolution, to lead that movement in this country and in Lagos State. Lagos State must change. Now Nigeria must change. Whether anybody likes it or not, there's a revolution on ground. And we are saying that anybody, whether in Labour Party or outside Labour Party, whether an individual or not an individual, who is staying behind that revolution, who is stopping that revolution, is going to be washed away. It's going to be washed away. The train that is on ground now is going to move him away. So the impunity of the past, where people compromise governorship candidates, is past. The 2022 Electoral Act is favoring us, and we are on the move. And anybody that stays along the revolution is going to be wiped. I'm telling you that. And that is sacrosanct. If you want Nigeria to hold, if you don't want Nigeria to divide, if you want Nigeria to be one, that is what will happen.
Well, Professor Awamaridi, I think we've had enough. I would have loved to ask you a question, but we seem to have run out of time. And it's about one. What is the status of the matter in court? And whether or not, by going to the media and making all these arguments, you are not violating the nemo judex principle in law, which is that once you have taken a matter to a court, you can still at the same time be a judge in your own cause. But we seem to have run out of time. We would like to thank you very much for joining us on the morning show.